Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to In Her Dreams. Welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful you're here, and I just want to let you know that a message is already coming through for you. I was bumping into my Monstera plant here. She's beautiful. I call her Moni, but she's a Monstera, and I got her when she was about this big. And now she's about as tall as me, almost as tall as I am. And so the message of growth is coming through, that you are growing at an exponential rate, and that growth often brings a sense of discomfort because it involves change and it requires change. So patience is coming through. Patience, patience, patience. There are seeds that you have planted that are growing. It just feels sometimes like you might feel like you're behind because you're not where you had planned to be at this point in time. But Divine says that you're moving at the pace that you're moving at because you're taking in so many lessons and reflections. And so all of the effort that you put into yourself to gain an understanding of who you are and the reason why you made the choices that you made in the past, and allowing that to help you gain strength for the future, that is really paying off, and it'll continue to pay off. Okay. You'll know if this message is for you. It's pretty specific, and you know, if it's for you, ashe. If it's not, I hope that there's some wisdom that you gain from it, okay? And that could be the reason why you're here, to gain wisdom for a future experience. Okay. I'm going to anoint the space with protection oil. That came to me as I was setting up. Okay, this is my can't touch this blend so that you are protected from all negative energy and low vibrating entities on all dimensions. So must it be. The reason why that came through is because I see that there's opposition that you're experiencing. I feel like there's something that you're waiting on from somebody, some sort of communication or a decision that needs to be made, and you're specifically manifesting a very set outcome. Okay, Divine says that's okay. That's okay, because you do know what's best. So what you want in this situation is for the best. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. But Divine says that the way it plays out is exactly how it's supposed to. And that's already set. So you don't have to worry. Any anxiety that you would harbor throughout this process as you're waiting for this decision to be made, or as you're waiting for this communication from this person to help you determine the next step in your life regarding this situation. For some of you, this might be something related to a child. It could be something related to a parent that you take care of in their old age. I feel like there's a strong connection here, and I'm seeing sort of parent-child, okay? This is for some of you. But Divine says that the result of this situation, how it plays out, is exactly how it's supposed to manifest. So you can let go of the anxiety, and that's going to help you to manifest successfully here, you know, and without stress, okay? Because the required destiny is unfolding, okay? The destiny that's best for you and for your growth, it's already unfolding. So you can relax and trust that Spirit has got your back. I feel like there is a person here that's playing with your energy. Okay, so this is a trickster that came through. I was pulling cards as I was setting up, and it just came through, and I was like, okay, Spirit, we're going to share that. We can roll a little differently if that's needed. That's okay. There's a trickster here. some might see this trickster as sort of a Don Juan, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. I see manipulative energy here. It feels like manipulation. By the same token, this trickster has appeared in your life because there are certain experiences that, because you had those experiences with them, you were able to liberate yourself from some toxicity, or from some pain, from some trauma that you had previously experienced. So your experiences with this person may have been painful. However, it helped you to identify some of the pain that you had held on to from the past. There may have been similar patterns that you experienced with this person that reminded you of traumas from your childhood. Divine says that as painful as that was to reawaken those traumas, it brought awareness to those pains and has allowed you to really learn how to care for yourself. You've grown exponentially in your ability to take care of yourself. You're very self-sustaining. Divine says to release any fear that you're not strong enough to endure the reawakening of your traumas. That's deep. That's deep. If you've experienced PTSD or painful memories, it doesn't have to be diagnosed. You know what I mean? It's like if you have memories of something that hurt you and it continues to affect you and bring you to a low vibe state, that's enough right there to want to heal that, because you don't want to keep feeling that pain, right? But the reawakening of these memories, of these painful memories, has brought you to a place where you're completely and totally willing to invest in yourself and keep your focus on you. And that's what Divine is guiding you to do here with this Don Juan archetype. I never know how to say that word. It's okay. You know what I mean. With this character, Divine is saying, they're not saying clearly if this person is for you or not down the road. But right now, what's coming through is that it does not benefit you to invest any energy into this Don Juan. Or Doña Juana. It could be, you know, it doesn't mean that this is a masculine energy. But in most cases, that's how I'm seeing it play out in my mind. But I do see that, you know, gender is not determining how this is playing out for you personally, okay? So whether it's a guy or a female, it doesn't matter. This person has been playing with your energy, and they have been using a romantic attraction between you to do that. And I feel like, yeah, see, so I pull that Nine of Wands is saying to avoid this person, avoid this character at this time. And Divine is really strong about this, where they don't want you to focus on the final outcome of this relationship. It's not about that. Because your current experiences with this person are intended to drive you to a place where you're so focused on yourself that you don't lose any energy to any distractions around you. Okay? You're completely and totally motivated to do what you need to do for yourself. despite the pain, despite the painful memories, despite the suffering that you have experienced. You're ready now to feel free within yourself and to move forward with your plans. Okay. I have my retainer in, so I might be a little lispy tonight. All right, so overall, I'm seeing King of Pentacles is coming through. You know, for some of you, this is a twin flame relationship. And what I want to remind you of is that twin flame relationships are not always these beautiful, easy experiences. There's a lot of work that goes into a twin flame connection, because ultimately you're here to make each other better and to give each other the experiences that your souls need to ascend and to evolve. So what inspires us the most? Pain, right? So for a lot of us, that energy that you experience when it comes to pain, that is the easiest way to transmute something negative into something positive. A painful memory, learning the most that you possibly can from it and absorbing all the wisdom from it that you can. So if you have experienced pain in your twin flame connection, just know that that energy was meant to propel you to the next level on your own journey as an individual. And as needed, you can give energy or you can take it away. So right now, what Spirit is pointing to is the need to set up your boundaries with this being and be willing to spend time with yourself, because this is ultimately to protect your energy so that you're not experiencing a tower moment. Patience is needed. Patience is needed. And they're saying patience and protection. While you're patient with this person, also protect your energy. Because I see this as a very delicate flow of frequencies. And when there's something that is moved out of balance between you, it feels volatile. I mean, I'm seeing that with those flames there with that tower. Okay. So please focus on you at this time. Yeah. This is definitely a very deep connection here. Yeah. And there are aspects of your devil energy, I feel like this is for both of you, that are activated. Aspects of your devil energy, your, lower self energy, which isn't bad. It's only bad when it's out of balance. Okay. But the goal of this phase of your life is to develop balance. So when things are rocked out of balance, it just means that sometimes you have to just flow with it, adapt to it. And so if things feel tense, you can take your energy back. Okay? Collect yourself, soothe yourself. You can do whatever you need to do to feel better as you respect your body and yourself and your being. Divine is saying that there's nothing wrong with indulgence. I like a cigar every once in a while. I love wine. I love to indulge, I have the spirit of Pombajira and of Lilith, so, I like to indulge. But Divine is saying that indulgence is good for you, but within moderation, okay? So if you feel like you're taking yourself to a place of indulgence that goes so deep that you're stuck in the indulgence and you're not having balance in your life and feeling healthy and good about yourself, then at that point in time, shift into work mode. You might want to focus on working out, doing something positive for your body that might take motivation because it's not what naturally comes to you, but is good for you. Yeah, so we go from these, it's like a pendulum, you know, you go from one end to the other. Sometimes you're in your workflow and you're really motivated and you're driven and you're disciplined. And then other times you're indulging and letting yourself rest and just sort of be in your very human energy of enjoyment and pleasure. So Divine is saying to find balance in those ways with your discipline and your pleasure within yourself. Don't look to this other person, this trickster. Don't look to them for delight at this time, for pleasure. Get it from within yourself. This King of Wands, I feel like this is the trickster. They could be sort of forceful, sort of dominant, maybe. There's a lot of masculine energy here, but it feels almost a little toxic. It feels like it gets toxic at times because of the level of insecurity that's underneath it. Okay? So I feel like this person has wounds, but they don't like talking about it. They don't want to talk about it. You know? They have their own boundaries set up, and they're not all healthy boundaries. You know? Some of those boundaries they put up are actually walls. So they're not really open to communicate. And what about their spirituality? Yeah, they're going through a major transition of, they really need to start seeing things from another perspective, because I asked about their spirituality. Like, they might not be as spiritually tuned in as you are. Or they might express their spirituality in a different way than you do. But there are some major differences between y'all. Major. And I feel like you're really illuminated as far as being aware of some of these differences between you and some of the traumatic experiences that you've had or that have been reawakened for you because of this person. But they really need to see things from another perspective. They really do. They need to shift their perspective. Yeah. Okay. There were some other cards that I had pulled before I started recording. This one is, okay. So it's still, calm, steady, eternal center, guru, protection, peace. So Divine is calling you to embrace your peace no matter what is going on around you. I was reading this article about, they were saying that like calm and stillness, anybody can feel that when you're like, you know, at home, secure in your space and playing mantras and all of that. Like when we create calm for ourselves, it's easy to be calm, but the real skill is in being able to feel calm in the midst of a storm. And so the sooner that we gain this skill, this ability to shift our vibe, no matter what's going on around, man, the more we can get done, the more at peace we can be. So this is really what it's about, is the little storms that you're experiencing around you. I feel that opposition. I feel like there are opposing energies around you. And what Divine is calling you to do is to invite yourself to experience calm no matter what. And I know that that is like the ultimate challenge, right? Because when your mind starts racing and you look at things around you from maybe a perspective of, you've been through that before. You don't want to experience that again. So you're on guard. You know, it can be very difficult to move forward in this state because we start to fear the worst. But Divine is asking you to trust that the way that things unfold and the way that things are unfolding for you right now is exactly the way that it is meant to. Okay? And even if it looks desperate or if it looks doomed, just know that ultimately what unfolds in your life over the next couple days, over the next couple weeks, over the next couple months, it is meant for you. So give yourself permission to focus on your peace, okay? And to not allow stress to hinder you. Yeah, it's about that eternal center. There's a place within you that is always at peace. Just find that space. Whenever somebody's trying you, whenever someone is being rude or unthoughtful. Is that a word? Yeah. Thoughtless, rude, toxic. You know? Allow yourself to experience strength in those moments that test you. Because this trickster has fed for so long off of your reactions to their toxicity. And it's something that's very deeply embedded within them on a subconscious level. They are naturally on certain dimensions. They are very insecure. And I say naturally because that's how they've been for so long. So they've developed these habits of toxicity that have just repeated. And they've gotten used to feeding off of your energy, your reaction to their BS. You know, try not to cuss tonight. I should. And it's become second nature to them. They don't want to do this on a soul level. Their soul is like, come on, you can get this. Okay? But they also have to give an intentional effort to build their self-esteem if they're going to continue to be in a relationship with you. I do know that that is necessary. This person has to love themselves more, but on a real level. Not where they're gloating. Not where they're, you know, making jokes of things that deserve focus or awareness. Okay? That's actually a very common thing for people to do when they don't want to face their emotional reactions to things, if they've gotten out of hand, or, you know, anytime they're being held responsible for their actions or words, a lot of times they'll make jokes out of things. And that can be very hurtful if you're looking for a true connection or response there. But don't be triggered anymore. If there are certain aspects of your communication with this person that have annoyed you, don't let it annoy you anymore. Instead, see their little toxic ways or patterns as what they really are. It's an expression of their own insecurities. Okay? So it's time for you to pull your energy back and focus on you. It's okay to withdraw. It's okay. You can withdraw your energy and you can be comfortable with that. And you can focus on yourself. And that's what Divine is saying to do at this time. Okay? All right, beautiful being. I hope that this message was helpful to you. If there was anything in this reading that you connected with or that was helpful to you, please be sure to leave me a comment, like, and also subscribe. And yes, I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you so many blessings.